Good morning from the colors of the beach sunrise in Santa Barbara. There you have two kind of orange looking clouds that look a little cool, but most of it's blocked by this pet hospital. Instant coffee. Yay. You know, I don't even know if I made this correctly. Are you supposed to put it in while the water's getting heated, or heat the water and then pour the instant coffee mix together with the water? On our journey through macOS versions, there's El Capitan. It finally stuck out to me why these rolling hills look so novel, and said they're not covered with trees like we see in the east, except for that guy's place. Was I the only one ever taught to like hold your breath going through a tunnel and try to make that work?
When he and his team arrive at a culture, they don't shift to the culture changes. That as they've moved from the Middle East to the Mediterranean on into Rome.
We found a pie and bake shop. I guess they're not all ready yet.
I've been through California 3 or 4 times, and this is by far the most vivid views I've seen of it. With all the rain that cleared out all the pollution. It's like George, my friend, just had eye surgery, and he said it was like a shade of gray was lifted throughout the world. That's the way it looks to me.
So we've made it here now to Pinnacles National Park. Kinda. So the thing is, the west entrance was closed here, so you can see all the other cars parked up there in that closed gate, but you can park and walk and still find some good trails and good views of the mountains and the pinnacles, which are covered up. So we're gonna make it work. That's what we're gonna do, with some slightly poor planning on road closures, but we're here and we're gonna make the best of it. Woo, we made it! The good thing about being parked is we don't have to stop for the sign. And actually, we found an even better sign.
But yeah, that's nice. That's kind of like these look a little like the Needles. Remember I was telling you about them?
Yeah.
That's what the Needles look like.
Needles, pinnacles.
But they have
Not too
like
different.
fingers. I mean, one separate like a finger.
Hmm.
I like how the bottom rock has the swarf of color, where it's like somebody carved it.
Yeah, I can see those lines.
Yeah. But these are the interesting pinnacles. That's just a mountain.
But true. Like, still, it's not even the pinnacle of the heights. Another mountain right next to Pinnacles outstages it. Hanging left at the start of our loop trail gives us a great view of the big countryside and that tree in the way. And here, I believe, is the best view we're gonna get. I stand corrected. Going a little ways down the trail gives you a better view just up at the mountains and that big rock face right there. Here's the last curve and view that I'll be allowed to do before Dad and I agreed to go back. But man, is it a much better view from down here. I am glad that I went this one little extra bit. Now that we're back out, and there's a lot more cars that are kind of starting to pile up at this entrance. There were, I think, 3 there when we got there. Now we got 5. 1 over here, and then a red truck pulling up behind us, and I wonder if we'll see any more on the way out. Guess we're not the only ones who have had to deal with this strategy today to see pinnacles. Oh well, hey, it worked out real well. We did the 1-point-something mile hike that I was aiming to with a little bit of extra to see some good views. And the only downside is I didn't get to go to the visitor center because they had closed it. So I don't have a shot glass with me leaving the park. And that's kind of sad. But hey, we have the internet, so not all is lost. One thing now that we're coming off the mountain of the drive up here is that there were vineyards everywhere. Like, this was wine country and they went forever. I think this might be more in the very background there, but just a very notable feature of this part of the country. and I'm all for that. Bring on wine country. So we've almost made it to our lunch stop today. Oh, the roof got turned off. You can see the little arrow and lightning bolt. It's time to try, I guess retry In-N-Out. I'm gonna try to go in open-minded here, suspend my previous opinions of it being overrated, but we'll see. We'll see how it is. Well, one thing of note is just how long this line is, or maybe how inefficient the drive-through system is. But there are quite a lot of cars outside and people inside, but the line moves quick. I just kind of walked right up. I think the whole Panda Express team just walked in here to order an In-N-Out too, which is kind of funny. So there's our double-double, vanilla shake and shared order of fries. All right, now that we are past In-N-Out, Dad, what's the verdict?
In 1 mile, turn left onto South Davis Road.
Yeah, overhyped very much. Burger was okay. Maybe it would have been better if I didn't get the sauce that I didn't know was on it. Shake's fine. Fries could have been better cooked. Overall,
they were undercooked,
yeah, could have been more cooked. Slightly undercooked fries. I thought they were okay. So, Californians, I don't get the hype with In-N-Out. It also wasn't overly that fast, but granted it was quite crowded, so I'll give them that. So my theory is maybe it's more like people enjoy the whole experience rather than the food. Because look, I'm from the Southeast. I do the same with Cookout. I'm not going to go and say they give you gourmet burgers and everything. Their cheese bites are quite good, but it's the whole experience, the whole restaurant, the whole hangout area that Cookout gives you, and the culture that impacts it that makes it so impactful. So maybe that's what the Westerners get with In-N-Out that I just don't get. But as far as just we're going for the restaurant, this does not get a too glowing of a review from this car.
DA1 North.
About a full day later, we made it back to Highway 1. Up in the mountains here of Santa Cruz, and these Bay Area people probably don't see snow very often. I've seen quite a bit trying to throw snowballs at each other in this newfound odd white powder thing. Took a quick stop through San Jose on our way through the Bay Area and had to infiltrate and get some secrets on the competition. It's Apple Park, baby. As I like to call it, the Apple Donut. Visitor center area is kind of sleek. Cool design, and they even have a food court, and then it's a store past there. Yeah, I've got to say, some of their displays are quite cool and real creative and cool looking. I do like it. They've done well at the visitor center. Props. Oh, hello, gigantic campus map, 3D map. Now this is what this is for. This whole, it'll show you an interactive map of the landscape with the iPad. Now that, swipe up on the roof to see inside. Huh. Okay, yeah, this is pretty cool. I think they hit a parking garage under this section right here. And there's our first view of the Apple Donut. That thing is huge though. You can only see part of this whole ring donut-shaped structure. I'm trying to get Apple Donut to catch on, by the way. It's called the spaceship, called the ring. It needs to be called the donut for obvious reasons. They have a deck on the top of the visitor center, observation deck, and outside tables, which obviously are not quite being used today. You'd think I was already at Seattle and Microsoft instead of at Apple with how much rain we've been seeing over here in the Bay Area. Oh man, guys, look out. There's pine cones overhead. Everyone be careful. Are Californians just afraid of everything? We were told we'd get the best view of the campus by walking down the streets, but it seems to be covered in trees and starting to rain. Dad has gone back to try and get the car, and I still can't quite get a good view and picture. Maybe we'll come upon it soon, but I think we are oversold on this view, guys. This might be the best we're getting. Smile. Yeah, it's a keeper. But granted, taking this walk really puts into perspective the scale of this office and everything. It is a huge building. Granted, I'm used to Microsoft that has an enormous campus, much bigger than this Apple one, but not all of it is put into one completely over-engineered but super cool building. So there's trade-offs, and this is definitely impressive and definitely more of a landmark than any individual Microsoft campus building. So fun day. I got a coffee from it, and now it's raining. My dad's gonna get the car and pick me up here and get a little bit out of here. On our way through the Bay Area, we've stumbled across Stanford's campus. Stumbled across / intentionally tried to check some stuff out. They have a lot of roundabouts here, which is kind of cool. But I don't think I blend in too well, considering I have my tech shirt on. I don't fully know what there is to see around here, and it is also raining. So I can't probably get the best views, nor do I want to stay here, but the Oval seems like a pretty big and meaningful spot. And then that tower is in a lot of stuff. Maybe these hallways are in some of the images, but nice fountain that way. But I'll just take a little walking tour and then pop back in the car to meet Dad and be on our way. Yeah, I think I've certainly found one of the centerpieces of campus. I recognize these hallways and the arches from a lot of the pictures and the review sites and all those other college thingamabobs. This place is quite nice though. I could imagine sitting out here if it wasn't, you know, raining, but plenty of plants weaved in through all the buildings, which all seem to be the same color around here. I'm trying to figure out the painting that is on there. It might just be any old sermon that Jesus spoke, not anything in particular. It doesn't look like feeding the 5,000. I don't see any bread, but it's a beautiful piece of art with this stained glass right under it. It's very cool looking. I wonder how the students feel about it. I still want to know what it is and what all this stuff is, so stay tuned if I can. Oh, I think I found the answer to what this is. Maybe the wife of Mr. Sanford has made a church in honor of in honor of Mr. Sanford. It's cherry blossom season here. Okay, I found the map of everything. We are right here, and I did end up finding the main area, the main quad and the Memorial Court. Also, I noticed there's some Bing stuff. Wonder if that's the same Bing as Microsoft, and if so, take that, Palo Alto. I also like that I'm connected to Wi-Fi just from having my Georgia Tech EDU room, and Stanford has it too. So I just walk in, I put my phone on airplane mode to conserve battery, and I still get a Wi-Fi iMessage text. Looks like I've found the gigantic tower that you can see from all over the place here, and that's on a lot of their marketing. And a slightly torn apart Black Lives Matter sign in, the Arts District. Helmet Tower building from right down below. Next place we're passing through is downtown San Francisco with its skyline there, and you can kind of see the Bay Bridge that leads east from San Francisco to Oakland and Berkeley. Well, now it's covered by buildings, but you know, trust me, it's there. Scoreboard for Oracle Park, just across behind the buildings, but home of the Giants. Actually, the highway dumped us right here in front of Oracle Park. Nothing going on here tonight, but you know, now I finally can see this side. Actually, just here in the Bay Area, in Berkeley, and spent one day in San Francisco proper in the summer, in early June, late May, when I interned with Kepler. So it's funny that I'm already back. It makes it easy to not feel like I have to miss anything since I just saw a lot of the main attractions.
Are you talking to your phone right now?
It's the phone. But you too.
That's the Bay Bridge.
That's the Bay Bridge. Now we can finally see it. Don't think we're going in there today, but there's the famous Amazing Gear Deli factory, which I've been to twice on my only other 2 SF visits. The actual destination for the night, the Fisherman's Wharf, and this little bakery and cafe area. So there's the main Fisherman's Wharf sign that you may know. And dinner is achieved. First view of the Golden Gate Bridge coming around this corner. Well, we had just seen some speeders coming past us onto the bridge, and there goes the park ranger after them.
There's another one too, get to the other one.
Oh, nice, they got the fly net ready.
Oh, this is the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were on the bridge.
Oh, there's the commentary, you don't need me. I remember walking that, and it was so foggy I couldn't see all of that other San Francisco area. Well, except for some parts. The fog kind of came and went when I walked this before, but now you can see all the lights. Man, what the heck? It feels like we just got on here and we're already past the point where I was when I was walking myself. Dang it, cars. Bye-bye, San Francisco. So we are at tonight's hotel in Petaluma, which is about a half hour north of San Francisco proper. We had to kind of go not quite as far for tonight, because of the potential weather problems, potentially closing down 101. It's a complicated scenario, but either way, we made it in, and that's about all I've got. I could give a preview for tomorrow, but maybe I'm just gonna leave it as who knows what's gonna happen. You'll have to stay tuned. Good night, world.